Hey guys, ShadowHunt005 back with a brand new video, and whilst I was working on yesterday's Pokemon Unite video, another one of my favourite franchise also released a little trailer for something they're working on. Now, although most of my videos are Pokemon related, I wanted to move away from that today and look at another franchise that I also love and also appears in my YouTube banner. So today we are looking over the Halo teaser that was released yesterday and pick through all the details in it, how it relates to the next Halo game, Halo Infinity, and speculation on what's actually going on in the Haloverse. But to start off, let's hear the teaser from yesterday.
The hour approaches. Forces occupy the ring. Within hours, it will be under our control. Humanity will burn. Their brazen defiance will be all but a memory. No more prophets. No more lies. We stand together, brothers to the end. We are his will. We are his legacy. We are the Banished.
So as we can see, we start off with a damaged UNSC comm panel as it picks up an anomalous signal, and when you look at the title given in the video and its description, we can figure out it's an enemy transmission from an unknown location that's being picked up. We then see the screen deciphering the message, and it turns from its usual blue color to a deep red color that we usually attribute to the Banished. Now, I will admit, when I first heard this message with its distortions, it reminded me of the Gravemind from Halo 2 and 3. However, it quickly became apparent that this is not a flood message, but it's definitely a Banished one, and is most likely being said by a brute. With the release of this message, we also have a slight confirmation that the Banished will have a part to play in the next Halo game. So going through what the message actually says, we'll break it up into different parts. And the first part of the message says, "The hour approaches, forces occupy the ring." Now there's a bit of distortion at the start of the second sentence, but when you put on subtitles, it does reveal to be "our forces occupy the ring." So the first question I've got is, which ring? Now a lot of people, myself included, believe it to be the Zeta Halo, which is the one we believe is seen in the Discover Hope trailer, which we were given just over a year ago now. However, it is also possible that they are referring to the new Alpha Halo launched at the end of Halo Wars 2, though unlikely due to Anders launching all of the Banished on that Halo into space shortly before it left the Ark. The next part of the message reads, "Within hours, it will be under our control. Humanity will burn." So clearly they're trying to take over the ring, which it seems they're already succeeding, and once they have full control, they plan on firing it to wipe out all of humanity. We know that Atriarch's Banished forces on the Ark were trying to take control of that Halo ring before it left, so it's entirely possible that this was already a plan for the Banished before the events of Halo Wars 2, and that's the reason why they're on the Ark, to get access to a brand new Halo. What is odd about this statement, however, is that it implies that the Banished intend to wipe out all of humanity, as in all humans. However, there is slight information that the Banished have worked with human criminals before and have recruited them, and that they may have joined them, so I find it odd for the message to read "humanity will burn" and not something more like "the UNSC will burn." However, I could be wrong, and the Banished have not actually recruited any humans, making that first statement pretty accurate. The next part of their message goes as follows: "Their brazen defiance will be all but a memory." So this recognizes that the Banished and humanity clearly have some disagreements, humanity either not stepping back or kneeling before the might of the Banished, This can also be seen in Halo Wars 2 with the destruction of all UNSC forces on the research base upon the Ark prior to the Spirit of Fire's arrival. Next we hear "No more prophets, no more lies." As those of you who've played Halo Wars 2 or read the Atriox comics will know, the Banished formed as a faction that defied the prophets and the Covenant, so have grudges against them. This could also imply that they've rejected the story of the Great Journey, seeing it as one of the lies of the prophets, and truly see the Halo as a weapon, which we have seen some of the Splinter factions still believing in the Great Journey, and that the Halos are relics. Finally, the message concludes with, "We stand together, brothers in the end. We are his will, we are his legacy, we are the Banished." Now, this last part brings up a lot of questions. So first off, listening to the message, as I said earlier, it sounds a lot like this is a brute talking. If it is, this is clearly one of the higher ups in the Banished, as it sounds like a general call to the Banished forces, much like a propaganda campaign or a victory report. So this is probably one of the higher up leaders of the Banished forces. Also, I don't believe this is Atriox, as the last part is referring to his will and his legacy, implying that they are speaking about Atriox. I also believe that this is a separate portion of the Banished forces from those that are on the Ark, as we only see one Banished ship on the Ark in Halo Wars 2, and have no actual idea how it got there in the first place. This is due to Isabel saying that the portal to Earth had shut down a month before the Banished appeared.
5 months ago, the portal from the Ark to Earth shut down without warning. A month later, he arrived.
And it's yet to be explained how Atriox or the Spirit of Fire ended up at the Ark. The reason I bring this up is the last part, "We are his will, we are his legacy," implies that these Banished forces don't believe Atriox is still alive. Whether it's a case of Atriox is missing, as I suspect with him being trapped on the Ark, or whether they plan on killing off Atriox near the start of Halo Infinity, much like they did with Jul 'Mdama at the beginning of Halo Wars 5, though I don't feel that 343 would make that mistake again, given how controversial that was. So I believe that these forces are separate from Atriox, and they don't realize that he's still alive, but that this is a new leader who has taken his place within the Banished forces in the galaxy. So the question is the Halo they are referring to the damaged one we see in the Discover Hope trailer? Were they the ones that damaged it? And if either or both of these questions turn out to be yes, then does this message take place before or after the Halo was damaged? I also want to find out how the Banished have managed to survive Cortana's takeover of the galaxy, as it seems unlikely given the Banished's origins that they would bend the knee to her service, therefore they would be an enemy to the created. This could also pose an interesting gameplay prospect of having 3 factions fighting against each other, like we had in previous games with the Covenant versus the UNSC versus the Flood, which we still have to keep in mind may also appear in Halo Infinite, as they did appear in the DLC Awakening the Nightmare for Halo Wars 2, coming out of High Charity and starting to take over. But what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this different type of video to the normal Pokemon ones I do? And for those who haven't seen any of the Halo storyline, I will be doing a Let's Play of all the Halo games sometime in the near future on this channel. But leave a like if you did enjoy today's video, comment on what your thoughts are and what you hope to see in the future, share this with a friend as it helps spread the word, and until next time, see you guys.